Sit down. I'm getting ready to start.
There goes. Welcome, everybody. Of course, I'm Doc G, and this is for information purposes only, entertainment purposes as well, but it also may not be. This is Chance's Chat with me, Doc G, Chance McFadden, and Fascinating Brian. We want to wish you a great night, and we have a lot of great resource and information to talk about. So, Chance, what is it, and how you doing?
Oh, man. It's good to see you, Doc G.
Always a pleasure.
I hope you have a good rest after your vacation, because everybody needs a vacation after their vacation. Don't you know? Don't you know? Okay. Fascinating Brian, how are you, brother?
Present and accounted for.
We love it. Okay, here's the deal, guys. They're dropping like flies, ladies and gentlemen. They're dropping like flies. I'm telling you. Not Theo from the Cosby Show. Oh, God, not Theo. Chuck Mangione. Holy smokes. Hulk Hogan? Really? Okay. And who else? Who else? Who else died this week?
Connie Francis.
Ozzy. And I'm gonna talk about Ozzy for a minute, because Tyler Hansen's one of my guys I talk about on this show, and Tyler Hansen hit the nail on the head when it comes to Ozzy Osbourne, because Ozzy was a role that was played by one of the musicians from the group Slaughter, and he hit the nail on the head, and he found an interview where he actually imitated Ozzy, and it was dead on. And, well, of course, the facial recognition. Tyler Hansen hit the nail on the head on that one. But he's dead wrong on Elvis, Satan, and DT, okay? And I'll tell you why he's wrong. Because there's so many versions of DT. I'm sure he could find one that would line up for his show. But here's the thing. I've already presented last week and on my shows this week on Telegram on the private channel. I've already played Amanda Grace's definition. Amanda Grace is a wonderful prophet. She has the Lord in her heart, in her soul. And whether she communicates with him or not remains to be seen. But I will take her at face value. But she gave a biblical explanation of what Donald Trump's father name and of Trump's name. And if you guys send me a few thumbs up or something on the message board if you'd like to see it again, because I can send the link to Doc G. But it was really good. And whether you believe it or not, I don't care. I know what I believe, and everybody is entitled to their own beliefs. And but I have a very defined energy that I seem to receive, and sometimes I get messages. Haven't gotten any in a long time, but when I do, okay. Oh yeah. The other thing is. Okay, so I talked about Tyler Hansen. Let's talk about Scott McKay, the Patriot Street Fighter. Okay? He gave a very good TikTok today. He did a very good one. Now, I'm not talking about George Patton, the other one that adopted Trump. No, Trump's real dad was George Patton. I know that. But Scott McKay did it really. Scott, congratulations on your video, your TikTok today. You got everything right. You got everything right. And I just want to know, how many nights did you stay up watching my shows and making notes so that you could finally put out a TikTok that was dead on? I've told everybody that the arrests for Obama were coming. I've told you that for a year, haven't I, Brian?
Yes.
For at least a year. I said, that's the clone Obama or actor Obama or whatever you want to call him. I don't care. Robotoid, android, whatever. I don't give a damn. Okay, it's not the real Obama because he was okay. So anyway, and so was Hillary. Okay, so but anyway, he reported all that. He says the arrest is coming for Big O, and he reported the date, which is the same date that I reported. That the Hillary, and he said Hillary's out of the scene. Well, that's true. Hillary is out of the scene. Okay, and then he talked about the big news. Oh, the big news, Scott. Good job on putting out the big news, because the big news is everything. The collapse is coming. The economic collapse is coming, and that's his big news. What have I been talking for 2 years? I've been talking about the economic collapse coming. What did Kent Dunn talk about? He's trying to get you ready for the economic collapse for the last 5 years when he did his show. But now, guess what? We're there. We're where it's going to happen. Exactly how it's going to go down, we really don't know. But what I have. But anyway, congratulations, Scott McKay. You had a good teacher, and up here. Let me pat him on the back. Way to go, Chance. You taught Scott good. Okay. And now, one more truther. Okay. Marfugel. He's a character. Everything's so dramatic, and how are you today, and what has been going on with your life? And then they make everything sound so dramatic, and all it was some fake missiles being shot at Iran, or somebody crossed the street and somebody looked at somebody sideways, or something, some big drama of the day. But now Marfugel, whatever his name is, which I think he's probably a pretty cool guy. He's just trying to make that Google money. I mean, and I don't blame him. Times are tough, I won't take it, and Doc G won't take it. We're not making any Google money at all. And but anyway, Margot Fogel's saying, in a very dramatic and a very serious and a very stern way, you best be ready, because the only thing that's going to be any good is cash. We have an economic collapse coming, and you better be prepared for it. You've never seen the likes of it. That's true. It's all true. It's coming. It's around the bend. We are in the end game right now. And at the end of the show tonight, I'm going to explain and report exclusive information about the RV, and I am going to name dates. Okay? I'm going to name dates. This is information from the intake officer, but you're going to have to wait for the end of the show. Okay? We've got a lot of things to talk about. Okay. We got people in Orlando with LifeWave. I think it's Ann. It might be Ann and Lillian sending hello. See you at 8:30. Yeah, that's them. And Australia's watching. Hi, Lena. Hi, Lena. And Elaine Branson's watching. And now I'm going to tell you, please don't call me or email me, ask me about the med beds. Okay? Because right now there are med beds appointments happening. And very, very few people are going through. But they don't have them all functional yet. But let me tell you what they do have. They do have children and veterans and people with very extreme terminal illnesses going through right now. Okay? There are reports of, what do I want to say? I want to use the right words here. Of preliminary appointments, people going in to try to get partially healed. And, because they're trying to get, I think what they're going to do is they're going to partially heal some people and then, get them out of the danger zone, get their health back up to a more sustainable level. And then they're going to have them come back for another appointment because there's so many people that need the med beds. Okay. We have been literally choked to death. Okay. For God's sakes, every time I come on this show, my hairline recedes another inch. Please say some prayers for my hairline. I don't mean to make light of that, but it's really, it's really, as far as I'm concerned, the med beds can't go fast enough. What the problem that they're having is qualified med bed operators, and there's a lot of them, but they're not doing this. Hi, Linda, not Lindy. Hi, Linda. They're not. They just don't have people enough trained as far as they need to be. Now, I know a lady that was trained, had 100% training on the med bed, and whether or not I've lost contact with her, we had a miscommunication, and so where she's at, I don't know, but she was trained 100%, and she had medical background, and you have to have a medical background to be trained on the med bed. Why? Well, now follow me on this. The reason you need a medical background, some type of medical training, is because you got to know what not to implement, because you do not want to implement anything of any medical knowledge that we have right now. Do you follow what I'm saying?
I can explain it a little bit differently. A perfect
do
example.
Do that.
Okay, so the perfect example is those that are in charge of the frequency. If they input the wrong frequency, and you kind of know which frequencies they are that actually cause harm. That's exactly what will happen when you're in this medical attuning device. So these people have to pay attention and make sure they input the correct codes, because since the technology is holographic or frequency based, they need to understand what they're doing at a high detailed factor. But also at the same time, you're going to get analyzed beforehand. So maybe think of it this way. So this is kind of what I'm seeing. If you can imagine a decontamination zone, it only makes sense, right? So you walk through some double doors, you get decontaminated. That also means they kind of like bombard you with a frequency to kind of just relax you, reset your emotions, but also maybe clear some of the nano, right? Because the graphene oxide, a lot of these people have graphene oxide in them. So they're going to want to keep that kind of self-contained. So you're not going to know how the facility works. You're not going to know this. And just to tell you, the version that you are getting is for humans. It's for humans. It's not the same as if you were a Taigetan, if you were an Antarian. They are of a different frequency, or even an Anunnaki, different frequency, different medical attuning device. So we don't know, but at the same note, I'm going to really forewarn everybody, do not purchase wands. This is just me saying, you don't know. You don't know if they're going to work. And there's a lot of sketchy formulas and elements. Like I saw this Tesla Care, right? So the beginning said Tesla and Care was attached. And I noticed that the Care font was the exact same font and the exact same style for this new product that came out 2 years in this year called Ionic Care. And then they say, oh, the limit is 4,000. And then once we sell our 4,000, we are sold out. So that is kind of sketchy. And they're like, okay, well, you could purchase one for $700. Oh, but we'll give you a great deal. For 200 more, you could get two. That's kind of questionable. So you have to think and use your common sense, critical thinking, and think, wait a minute. If this is such an amazing thing, where's fiscal testimonials? Where can I see normal people using them? And I checked. I didn't find any. I only saw written testimonials. So you want to pick carefully the type of devices you are going to use, and they have to have certification to where there's, like, perfect example, before LifeWave came out, 10 years of study. You need to have credentials. You have to be vetted in a multi-layer format, just like them. And they have tons of human, normal contact testimonials. So you know that it is verifiable, it is vetted, and people say it works. Does it work for everybody? No, it depends on the person. It depends on the effort. It depends on if they're paying attention. It depends on the instructions, or it depends on their belief system too. A lot of it is just part of our own ideas. If we know we're going to be healed and we reattune to the device and we say, hey, I accept that. It's going to work. It'll work in my favor. But at the same time, you can't be fooled by a lot of these very limited edition. Nothing should be limited. I'm sorry. That is your first red flag. Think of it that way. If things are limited and scarce, you should be moving away from it. That's it.
Brian, that's a real good point. That leads me into what I want everybody to pay attention now. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, first of all, we're going to talk about scams. If somebody's calling you up on the phone and say, we understood you signed up for, you're interested in the med beds and we want you to get you in. Yes. Well, we can get you right in here, but we got to have $800, or we got to have $1,000, or we got to have $300, or whatever is the registration fee that this person calls you on the phone. And you're so desperate, and you're so willing, and you're so sick and tired of being sick and tired that you fall for it. And then only thing you've done is you've given away that money to somebody, because that is not going to get you a position in the med bed. Your particular status will get you a position in the med bed, and you will have to wait until your RV appointment in order to get your appointment. And if you don't have an RV appointment, you're going to have to wait 3 months. Okay? Because it won't be available to the general public where they can investigate it. Okay? So it's basically, you're on the Insiders Club right now. Let's talk about scam number 2. Oh, okay. I talked about this Tuesday night. There is a fake Chance McFadden Telegram channel, and there's a fake Hamilton Radio 1 channel, and there's a fake Doc G. And Brian, nobody has faked you yet, so I'm sorry about that. And
I'm not worth it. And I'm glad.
But they just took one lady for $50,000 on a crypto scam, and she says, "But it wasn't Doc G's face." I said, "It's not real. Doc G doesn't have a Hamilton Radio 1 channel. He doesn't have one." And I said, I told everybody months ago about the fake Chance McFadden, who is, by the way, pushing crypto. Okay? Guys, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Okay? End of story. If you've got certificates saying the ABC company is holding your silver for you, you've got some pretty expensive certificates that have no value, because if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Okay, that's it. End of story. Crypto is getting ready to go down the toilet. The XRP and XLM are the only two that are going to probably survive. Everybody is aware right now that Batcoin is getting ready to boo, 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 like the introduction to these boots are made for walking. Boo, 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 boo. And there's a lot of people that think it's going to go back up, and it might for a little bit, but when it goes, and you're done. You got to remember, Batcoin was a cable guy's invention. Okay? Just remember that. And it was a way to move money without people knowing and without people watching for human trafficking.
Yep, in the black market.
Black market, exactly. So it was actually created on the dark web, from what I understand. And then it came to mainstream because they thought, we might as well get these good people's money too. We might as well just take everybody's money. Just give it all to us. We're the cable guys. We want it all. Come on. Come on. Throw your signs up in the air, you know. Stupid. I'm telling you about it. So there's scam number 2, the Bitcoin scam, the crypto scams. And it's even the Chance McFadden and Doc G scam. So there's your other scam. Now, they have backed off a little bit on the Trump bucks and the Trump coins and the Q coins and everything. That's a scam. Okay. Now they're also yeah, you are. Yes, Lena, very good. Lena says, yes, there is a fake Telegram page, one that spoke about money and crypto, so I knew that they were fake and deleted the account. I am now on the Real Chance channel. Yes, you are. I recognize your name. Okay. Scams are coming out of the woodwork. And I have an interesting feature on my cell phone. When I get these calls from, they're always wanting to get your information so you can get these extra bonuses for your Medicare and Medicaid because Trump said so. And please press 3 so that we can connect you with an operator. Okay? What they're trying to do is they're trying to access your phone or your computer when you press 3 or however you respond to them. Okay? So go ahead and press 3. Then they get all your banking information. Okay? And then your bank account's emptied out. And the bank's going to look and say, well, what do you want us to do about it? Because guess what? Banks don't have any money either. Cash on hand is all they've got. Okay? Courthouse scams. Okay? Courthouse scams. 3 weeks ago, my grandson was in jail charged with 2 felonies, which I didn't understand because he didn't do anything that was felony. But $5,000. You only need $500 to get me out, Dad. Dad, I only need $500. I know you got it. You can do it, or you can put up the house title or something. No. I said, all you got to do is stay put. When they find out nobody's going to pay that bond, they're going to drop it to a misdemeanor, and they're going to let you out for a couple $100. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Dad. And my daughter said the same thing. Dad, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So I bailed him out last Friday, and he's out. And for better or worse, he's out. Anyway, I love him very much, but this is a child that really, I know he's a 27-year-old man, but he's a child to me. He's a baby that I loved so much. And until I can get him into a med bed, he's not going to be right. Everything is so warped in his head. And he thinks it's funny. And he says things about women that I don't like. I said, Tyler, people don't talk like that. People don't say those things. That shouldn't even be coming out of your mouth. It shouldn't even be entering your brain. Okay? So the scam is the court system. So leave somebody in there, because even though they're only feeding them bologna and chicken sandwiches, okay, guess what? They don't have the money to feed them, and they will kick them out. If I would have waited another 2 weeks, they would have probably put him out on recognizance, because they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay anything. We went into court Monday. Even the judge knows it's a scam. He saw me and he goes, put 2 and 2 together that I'm with him. And he was warned directly by me of his future actions because of Nassara coming. Yeah, I did that. I'm not scared of him, because he's an administrator. He's not a judge. There hadn't been any judges since, 1913 or something like that. Okay. So he says, let's just continue this on for 30 days. Oh, wow. Imagine that. Only because I showed up. Okay. How many times did I get a continuance when I had over 21 traffic violations? I think I had about 12 continuances. Yeah, because they really didn't want to deal with me, and they really didn't want me to have a jury trial, and they didn't want me to educate the people. And but that's all good. It's all good. So the courts are a scam. Okay, IRS scams are abundant. If you get a phone call from the IRS or a letter, all you have to do is ignore it.
Yeah, they're defunct.
Yeah, they're done. Okay.
It's just remnants trying to harvest whatever cash flow they can.
Exactly.
And that's it. So
exactly.
Pretend.
And it's usually the rogue agents, wouldn't you say, Brian?
The rogue agents, yes.
Now, let me prove to you what Brian just said is absolutely correct. Okay? The IRS does not turn a collection account over to a third-party collection agency. They don't do that. They don't do that. They'll play, let's make a deal with you, but they don't turn it over to third-party collections. Because I from now on, I'm going to tell you right now, anybody in this group that's listening to this show tonight, you send me your name and $50, and you are my client. And if anybody calls you, or a third-party collection agency sends you a letter, all you have to do is say, Chance McFadden is my constitutional lawyer. Here is his phone number and email. If I've got your name on my list, I will shut them down because I know how to do it. Okay? First thing is, when they hear the term constitutional lawyer, well, wait a minute. What do we got to have a constitutional lawyer in here? Guess what? Because what you're doing is unconstitutional. Should I go on further? Okay. If you want to be on the list, it's $50. Okay. And I will defend you with every phone call and with every email. You send it all to me, but I have to put you on the list. Okay. So it's $50 to get on the list if you're having problems. And if you're making a payment plan to the IRS, stop it. Stop it. They don't exist anymore.
Or let them deplete their resources. I'm just saying.
Or let them what?
Deplete their resources.
Yeah. I mean, just stop paying them, okay? Just stop. I know there's some people in the group that are making $150 a month payment on this and $150. And Karen, my friend Karen in Idaho, she said, she's our family member, and she says, Chance, I'm giving them $150 a month. I said, not anymore. You're done. You're done. Give them my name and number. Okay? I'll take care of it. Well, they turned it over to the collection agency. I'm scared. No, I'm happy they turned it over to collection agency. Send them to me. I'll take care of them, and I mean right effing now. Okay? Because I got the tricks. I got the language, and they don't want to hear it. Now, the other thing I'm going to tell you about that is a scam in the court, besides the bond money that they're trying to keep from you, is when they sell your house for property taxes. Okay, if they've sold them, let's say you owe $10,000 in property tax. Okay, follow me on this. And they sell them to ABC, whatever, ABC Finance. Okay. Well, and then they come in and they take your house. By law, you can go back to the tax assessor and said you've sold it, taxes. The taxes have been paid. You have taken my house. Now I have $150,000 left over. I want my $150,000, and they have to give it to you. They can't take your equity. They can only take what's owed to you. This is how legal theft has been going on. Okay, so Dottie, that's enough. That's enough. And so they don't. I've seen people do this down at Fort Madison, and I was standing right behind them, and they knew who they were getting it from. And I said, you have to give these people their money back. You have to. They've lost their house because of you, but you sold the house for $100,000, and you took your $20,000 of property tax from the other party. You have to pay them the other $80,000 that you sold it at auction. And they go, uh-oh. There's another scam. Okay? You got it? Okay? I'm trying to save you guys a lot of problems. I'm trying to save you from all these damn scams. And one thing Brian said earlier, that is not a scam, right, is the LifeWave patches. And we're going to have the LifeWave ladies on at 8:30. But listen, this stuff works. And I've actually doubled up. Yes. In Australia, yes, it is good too, Maria. She says, is your $50 offer for a third-party collection also good in Australia? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And my Cash App is, you're in Australia, so that you'd have to send me an email, and I'll give you my Wise information, wise.com information, chancemusic@yahoo.com. Yeah, I'll be glad to talk to any third party. You give them my number, Hey, Chance is a constitutional lawyer, and he wants to talk to you. Uh-oh, no payment plan to the IRS. Nope, no more. Okay. Yeah, that might be in British accredited register, but there's no such thing as a constitutional attorney. That's right. I'm not a constitutional attorney. I'm a constitutional lawyer. Okay.
Yeah, to be an attorney, you got to certify yourself through the bar.
Right, British accredited register, and I'm not part of that. And guess what? I was sent a letter about 5 years ago because I did some forms for some person, and I put my name down as a constitutional attorney. I got an invitation from the bar for $100. They can give me a bar card, and I can be a member of the bar. Did you know that?
That's a discount if I haven't heard one.
Let me tell you something. That freaked me the F out, and I called Hawk on it, and Hawk said, he says, I've heard of them doing that before. They want to get you on their team. They don't want you working against you. They want you on their team. You want the bad guys. He says, if you want to, he said the next thing they'll be inviting you to is the Masons. The Masons will send you an invitation, and you'll probably get a nice check to go with it too. He said. I said, no, I'm going to pass on the Masons, and I'm going to pass on the bar, and I'm going to pass on the Google money, and
But what about the casserole party? You might have for a casserole,
Listen, when I get done telling you guys the information tonight, there's going to be a lot of you that are going to you're going to be able to go to bed and relax, and you're going to be able to sleep. Just remember, no, this thing isn't going to go down all at one time. There's going to be sections of people. Now, I want to talk just for a second about scams. Again, because there's a scam I forgot. This is very important. Oh, I'm hooked up with so-and-so group out of Las Vegas or out of Reno or out of Atlanta. Oh, just give me POA and sign your currency over to me, and I can get you your 1% right away. You won't even need to go down there to it. And a friend of mine did it. And there was about 5 people in his group that did it. And I just want to bawl. I just want to cry. You come here. I just want to cry. His particular desperation for money. Well, hell, buddy, I'm desperate for money too. But the difference is you ain't got no family. I got a family, and they're helping me. And they're taking care of me. Okay? You won't be able to find a constitutional lawyer for a lawsuit in Kentucky. I think I am probably the only one in the United States right now. There's one other one. Doc Wiedemann is actually a constitutional attorney, constitutional lawyer, which is by definition, a student of the law. Dr. Wiedemann is, and he's a pretty busy guy, and his paperwork is immaculate. Sorry.
Okay.
His paperwork is immaculate, but I think he charges a lot more than I do. Okay, so you're not going to file a suit you don't file no suits now. Okay, we're in a transitional period. Admiralty law is about ready to take a dump, and a lot of these judges, circuit clerks, everybody that's associated with the legal system are getting ready to be picked up. Martial law is getting ready to. You're in a transitional period. I got a lady out in California. She wants me to get her administrator for trust fired, and I said, "You're the only one that can do that. I can't do it." And I said, and do not go to the courts to do it, because if you do, the court's liable to take over your trust, and then you're effed. You're effed.
SOL. Yep.
Yeah, and because the court takes over your trust, you can just color it gone. Okay, color it gone. Okay, so what you're going to have to do is just bide your time. Steve Z says, I have a friend who's battling Minnesota Homeowners Association fees and penalties. Okay. Can you get a blood out of a turnip? I'm going to tell you right now. If you are in a homeowners association, you got too much money to begin with. Sell your damn property, get the hell out from under their jurisdiction, and go buy a house in a mundane neighborhood where nothing's going on and everything's boring. Okay, if you're in an HOA, you're asking for trouble. Okay? You're asking for it. There's too many Karens out there that want to run you alive. Joey says, if I send you an email with my phone number, would you give me a call? Yeah, I would be glad to do that, but my time is so ate up during the day. That would be like a private consultation. If you want a private consultation, it's $50. right today, I swear to Jesus, listen to what I'm saying, okay? Today I had a very nice lady say, I don't understand this redemption process. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. I I don't understand everything. Could you call me or explain it to me? I have done this for 2 years, folks. I've been explaining things to you for 2 years. If you're new to the family, then welcome. But I cannot, on an individual basis, take the time to bring you up to speed. You're talking an hour to hour and a half. She doesn't have the money for the RV protocol paperwork. I understand not having any money. It's okay. It's all right. But I just can't do it. So I gave her a Telegram link. She's going into the Telegram, and I told her go watch past shows and listen to the past shows. And you cannot come in on the 11th hour of this thing and expect me to teach everybody. Okay, Mom's computer says, Chance, I realize they're going down at this juncture, but it's very important that I take care of this. If I have a suit filed, won't that override in the maritime court system? No. The maritime court system is going down. If you've got a suit filed, it's probably just going to disappear. Okay? All this pending court actions are going to disappear. Okay? They've got everything. Listen, do you remember last week I talked about the Nashville teen song, Tobacco Road? Last verse. Bring dynamite and a crane. Blow it up, start all over again. Build a town, be proud to show. Keep the name Tobacco Road. Okay? That's what's happening right now. We are in Tobacco Road. We are in a SOL situation. And the only way we're going to get out of it is to bring everything down. The computers, the finances, the banks, the stock market, everything. The hospitals, everything. That's why Kent told you to get your medications and have plenty of medications 2 or 3 months ahead. Okay. What about Canada? Same thing, Canada. It's the same thing in Canada. It's going to go down. And whether you want to believe it or not, there are people that know that Canada is part of the United States. So we welcome you, fellow U.S. citizens. But you are no longer citizens. You are now sovereigns. Okay? What if you had a criminal record from the old system? Will your record go away? As long as it is a nonviolent crime, yes. If you're convicted of murder, if you're convicted of felony assault or something, it will not go away from your record. Okay. What about
Chance, I want to add to that. It's also about intent, because if the intent of your heart was in the right place at the right time, it's not going to bother you.
Hey, right. Chance, can I chime in real quick?
Sure.
So, okay. Let's kind of shift gears a little bit, since he kind of brought up a lot of things in this transitional phase. Okay, we have two groups. Let's kind of do a bit of recap. We have two groups. We have C2, right? Cable 2. And then we have L, like LC, cable 1. So these groups have nothing to do but continue their kind of like forcing who's going to outdo the other. Okay, if you can imagine this, let's say, okay, so the white hats and what other groups that are also batting for the good side, whether they're walk the gray line or not, they are doing nothing for right now. So everything that you're seeing on TV, it doesn't matter if it's the Q drops or anything. We don't know so we know that from our perception and the way we feel, people believe the Q idea is benevolent. That's great. That's great. But do not behold yourself to the ideals, because we don't know the full scope of anything. You just hold the feeling, you let it go. And you say, yes, it's all about for the humans. It's for the humans. That is your focus. Don't focus on all the little details. Now, that said, we know they have other ideas, right? Still probably Project Bluebeam. Another idea, which could be mirrored negatively, might add, and we're talking about the EAS or the EBS or the cut in the cables or frying everybody's system to return them into the Stone Age. And I'm like, okay, fine. That sounds like something the dark would want to do because they love their materialism, right? If they don't get to have anything, why would they want to let you have your phones or your cars or your computers or your video games? They don't want you to have that if they know they're going to get arrested. So if you can imagine them setting up EMP mines in towers and cities, I'm just kind of giving you a broad scope of a possibility. That's what they're going to do. So if you're the type of person that is all about, I love being in a city because I live in a city, obviously, but I have kids. So I kind of can't really go too far. And you're in the limelight, then you may want to take certain action and steps, buy some EMF cloth, cover your stuff at night, so that way you have your shit together, essentially. Have emergency provisions. Learn to can some of the simplest things. So now more than ever, and this isn't fear mongering, this isn't fear porn. If anything, this is preparedness. So you are taking charge to be prepared for a potential outcome that keeps you out of survival, not only physically, but also emotionally. That is what you want to do. So let's shift a little bit further within the story. Now, I know a lot of people are like probably worried about, oh, what are the ETs? Are ETs going to come save us? And I'll tell you what. I think if you believe in your heart of hearts and you know who you are and you feel that this isn't your realm, your reality, your star family has your back. So you have no need to question it. You just have to know it to be. That's it. You know it to be, they have your back. But if there are tall tales or tellings, whether you believe it or not, and at some point, again, there's rumors out there that the land mass is going to change. Okay. Do I agree with it? Not necessarily. Do I love the idea? No, because why? My kids and my ex would be casualties in that. Okay. I don't like it. Technically, I'm within the radius where I would be considered a casualty. And you're like, oh, well, why are you still here? And I'm like, well, actually, I'm trying to, again, be of preparedness to where I move forward. So this is where we're at, people. We have to move forward. Okay? It doesn't matter how much you love your loved ones. If you cannot safeguard you cannot safeguard the idea to give that idea unto them. My dad, his life is failing. He is not getting any better. I took funds from my account and got him the X39, X49. He does not believe because the doctors gave him so much of nothing over the years. So he's only gotten worse. He's got pain everywhere. His cough makes him black out, which apparently he's parasites. And I talked with him and I told him, this is what you need. I asked him the symptoms. I said, okay, I'm a holistic practitioner. I know what this is. And I said, I'll tell you what, because I know this one idea works, because it's got good testimonials, you're going to see improvements. And then I hope you will then buy and purchase the methylene blue so you could get the nanotechnology out of your lungs, because that's what the quantum blue, what's that stuff called again? You have a chance, but
methylene blue.
Methylene blue will do. It'll help remove the nano. And then I ordered some ivermectin, some bens, and from India Mart, and I'm having shipped here. So I have spent over half of a grand just to prove to my dad, look, it costs, but how much do you want to live? And he didn't like to hear this when I told him I'm getting this the patches because it's to help get you to a place, because it's not the end all meets all. I said, you're going to probably have to work out slowly so you can strengthen your hardware and not be complacent. And he did not like how I told him that. I said, it will get you to where you can feel more stabilized, but it's not going to remove all the trouble, all the pain that you're feeling. I said, your body is telling you it's brittle, it's breaking, your bone density is compromised. You're like a whole, you're this giant cheese. I said, you're like this giant cheese with a lot of holes, and it's only going to continue to get worse. They, and I do mean they, I don't need to say their names out loud again, and I do mean both sides, mind you. If you think the good guys are for you, they may or may not be, okay? Because if they were truly for you, things would have not gotten this bad. But it's about the materialism. It's all about this and power. So because of that, we have to be extra vigilant through their shenanigans and remove ourselves from their statements, from their ideas, and just kind of govern ourselves and not not cry wolf, not poke the bear. We just do what is our best interest for our family, our collective. Okay? They are doing a great job in exiting our grandparents and our family members that are in the chances age bracket. They're doing an amazing job. And so and these people, they're going back to the doctors. Oh, we need to take your liver out. We still think it's liver. Oh, no, you're going to need to get a pap smear. Or, oh, no, we got to do the colonoscopy because we know that you got polyps that are, and they'll say it's cancer, which that's the loose term, but really they're just full of those parasites, because what the body does, it encapsulates things. If it's invasive, nefarious, it encapsulates them, and then they go in there and then they reopen it up. And what many of people, and I don't know if any of you have figured this out, you could do compare and contrast from human to animals. So let me give you an example. When you go to the vet and then the doc says, oh, your dog has heartworm disease. And you're like, well, heartworm disease? Wait a minute, a worm? That's a parasite, right? Heartworm disease. And then you go to the hospital and they say, oh, you got cancer, or you got a heart condition and heart disease. And then you're like, well, is there any way I can identify? Oh, I mean, we can do some scans, but you know what I'm getting at, right? And then another idea, elephantitis. You don't want to see that, but if anyone's heard of that, that is parasites too, where a huge populace in Africa, they die from it. So it's phenomenal, because if they were on ivermectin and fenbendazole in Africa, would that idea even exist? So you're like, well, how do all this stuff happen? Simple. Venoms, poisons, heavy metals, toxic chemicals, all in your food, all in your drinking water. So you have to take charge now. You have to do the research. You have to understand. And even though Chance, he also talks about his ideas and what you can do, you need to branch upon, like, okay, how do I learn the lingo, right? You need to learn the language if you're going to interact with the system. If you don't have the language, you don't have the skill, you can't do it. You have to bite the bullet, and you have to pay compensation to those that speak that magical algorithm, and that can put those others in their place and be like, I don't like constitutional lawyers. They just go away. So it's just a perfect example. Know what you can do and what you can't do, and what you don't know, learn. Okay? Don't worry about ETs. The ETs are doing what they need to do. They have their own problems. Believe it or not, we're all mirroring perfectly. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of things going on. Source, God, whatever the creator, it's got some amazing ideas. It's going to make corrections. He, she, it always finds a way to make corrections because it's uncalculable, unknowable. It is the same for our human vessels. And just real quick to bring this idea, again, we are a very complex, creative idea. We don't, regardless if we were manufactured or enhanced forcibly by the Anunnaki, forcibly, again, enhanced, we always find, creation will always find to reset the DNA. So if Inky had his part in the DNA, guess what? Over hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years, guess what? The original template, whether we are based off of a hybridized version of maybe an ape-looking man, but maybe not really, we don't know, but a Neanderthal, their genetic structure from source, even forced through enhancement manipulation, will find a way to autocorrect over generations. It's just how it is. Just like this nanotechnology in our bodies, source has an idea and says, nope. If people know and believe in their heart of hearts that they are pure as their own idea, their ideal, their race, their belief, it will always autocorrect over time. Or if it doesn't autocorrect in your current lifetime, it sure as hell will fix itself when you come back to play again. Yeah.
Brian, we got a lot of questions on the board. I want to address some of them. Okay.
Sure.
Let's go do this. Linda wants to know if Doc W will talk. Send me a email, Mom Computer, send me an email, chancemusic@yahoo.com. Tell me a Reader's Digest version of what's going on with you, and I will see if I will get a hold of Dr. Wiedemann and see if he wants to handle this. Just keep in mind, any way you're going to do this is going to cost you some money, okay? There's nobody can afford to work for free, okay? Let's see. Here's Linda says, won't all attorneys have to be retrained in common law? The only attorneys that are going to be retrained in common law are the ones that didn't do any court cases. They're maybe just paper pushers. And I'm going to tell you why. Because all the attorneys that are involved in court cases are guilty of human trafficking. And you know where they're going, okay? They're forcing people to go to certain things under certain penalties. That's human trafficking, okay? Any idea when it's all going away? Nobody knows. It's gonna be a transitional. We're in a very long transitional period. The only difference is you are going to have resources that I'm going to tell you about at the end of the show, and you're going to have resources. You're going to be able to make things happen a lot for yourself. Okay, Kent Dunn cannot come on the show. He is too busy as the commander in the Space Force, and he's just much too busy. He does send information to me through another individual, and we're very glad to get his information. And he is welcome back on the show anytime, but he's much too busy. Let's see what else we got here on the board. Russ says he's been taking supplemental capsules daily since 2018 to cleanse his body for heavy metals. 3 caps in the morning and 3 caps at night. My Amish healer put me onto them. My rashes on my legs are disappearing. That's right. Amen to that. Okay,
Awesome.
yeah. See, this is what's called being accountable for your own condition. Seek out somebody who can help you and give you the right advice. Chance, is there any truth to needing an affidavit of ownership for the currency? Your affidavit of ownership, if it's a gift, you have to have a gifting letter, and then you have to have a receiving gifting letter. Those are available on the private Telegram page. If you're not part of the group, send your request to chancemusic@yahoo.com, and it has to have a gifting letter and a receiving letter by a member of the trust in order for affidavit of ownership of the currency if it's a gift, and otherwise your affidavit of ownership is the receipt from the currency dealer that you bought it from. Okay. What about all the frivolous lawsuits are going to go away? San Francisco Bridge going down. For my mother's sake, she loved the San Francisco Bridge. It was one of her favorite places. I would hope not, but we don't know. We just don't know. So let's see. They have a lot of retrained. Oh no, they're not going to be retrained. Okay, none of these guys are going to be retrained. Yeah, I know a lot about Lobster Wallet. Okay, get out of it. Don't trust the wallet. Don't listen. If it's not XL.
Let me phrase it. It's lumens, XLM lumens or XRP. You have to make sure it's the right symbol, okay? Because there are many variants of XLM. There are many tokens that you just don't know what they are for. And then there's XDC copper. That's it. Okay, so XRP, I'll say this for the last time. XRP is bank-to-bank transfers. XLM is P&P, person-in-person transfers, person-to-person. So that's more of the e-commerce economic side. And then XDC, copper, it could be trade, industry, stuff like for plumbers. It's just for like construction and other things from what I read. But you can look them up. You go read the Stellar Network. You look at the chart. You go to their website. You be involved. Ask a lot of questions. Watch a lot of people just with those 3. Focus on those 3. You don't have to worry about algo or some of these others which deal with other different precious metals. Just stick with the 3, or what me and Chance say, Venezuela Digitalis. You can't go wrong with Venezuela Digitalis, or you can't go wrong with the Wise account. Vietnamese.
Why do you want to take a chance of putting anything in a wallet, whether it be coin, what is it called, Coinbase or a Lobster wallet? Why would you want to take a chance of doing that when somebody could steal it? And it's very, very easy to steal. It's very, very easy to steal. Okay? Like we've told you time and time again, Brian has just told you the only 3 that will probably survive. But if you want problems, if you want headaches, go ahead and get into crypto, because Brian knows a lot more about it than I do, and I know nothing. So Brian's a stinking genius on it right here. He's a genius. But I'm going to tell you something. You are going to have headaches and problems, because if you don't know how to negotiate it like he does, stay the hell out of it. Because if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And hello, ladies. How are you? You're in Florida?
We sure are.
Oh, I love your smiles. They're beautiful.
Hello.
Did you hear my... Did you hear the testimonial that I played on the Chance's chat the other day on the Tuesday show? Go back and listen to the replay. I played Cynthia's testimonial about the pain patches, It's right at the beginning of the show, so you can go and snag that and use it anyway. I tried sending it to you by email, and it won't let me attach it. I don't know what it is, but
I heard it. It was a good testimony.
Yeah, you need to go and listen to that, because she was having a lot of problems, and it didn't take her very long at all. She was having good results. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So what's on the agenda, guys? What's going on? What's happening? What's shaking?
Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this, but just a few hours ago, literally just a few hours ago, both Anne and myself, we got to drink 10 ounces of the X2O water.
I am so jealous.
Oh, and all the testimonials. We have about 120 people that are here for this event at Dr. Stacy's home. There's like 6 houses total. And I was able to videotape so many people as they're drinking the water. And then 30 seconds, a minute, 2, 3 minutes, an hour later, we have one lady, Shar, who she drank the water and she didn't think she felt anything like as she was drinking the water. And then a few minutes later, she started noticing her hearing came back from, actually it was her right ear, not her left ear, her right ear. She started hearing because she had hearing loss. And she's like, wait a minute, I can hear not just the conversations here, I can hear conversations across the room. And as the time kept on going, she kept on hearing. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we had another group of people that came in. So then I told, there was Dr. Debbie and a few other people that were drinking the water. And I said, you have to hear Char's testimonial. Grabbed Char, brought her over. And then she had some more water this morning. And of course, she doesn't have complete hearing returned, but she has a significant increase in the amount of hearing that she did not have prior. And that's just one person. We've had several others. Do you want to tell them what you felt when you?
So I was dehydrated when I came in, which I knew because I was looking at my skin when I was in the car and I was like, oh, I so need that water. And I didn't know we were getting it right off the bat. Like literally you walk in, you put your stuff down and they're like, come get some water. And so I drank it, and it was, if any of you have had where you accidentally swallowed a mint whole or you swallowed your chewing gum whole and you get that methylene feeling going down your esophagus, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a dental hygienist. I know the feeling of dry mouth, and this totally saturated it and kept it moist. And then I felt this sensation going down my esophagus into my stomach. And then I was complaining of being swollen when I got here from the travel, and
It's gone.
And she's saying that my eyelids aren't swollen like they were when I first got here.
Yeah, because when she got here, she pointed out, she's like, oh, I don't know why I'm so puffy. And I'm like, oh yeah, why is both of our eyes, the eyelids were both kind of puffy. Gosh, we should have
they're like kind of trying to close over my eye.
They're totally fine now. Oh my gosh. Look, both of her, you don't have the puffiness anymore on both sides. Wow. That's just in one day. So I don't know.
One drink.
Yeah, just 10 ounces. So the machine is going to be creating 16 ounces. It takes 45 minutes to get 2 16-ounce glasses. And I got to say, when I first drank the water, the first thing I noticed, oh my gosh, this water tastes like it's pristine, alpine, very light, very clean. I feel like I put my glass in like the Alps spring, like where the waterfall, you can just catch the water and drink it. And it was just nice and cold, very light, no aftertaste, just very crystalline. And then I didn't think I was going to feel anything. I figured, I'm going to be one of those. I'm not going to feel anything. And maybe 15, 20 more seconds went by. And all of a sudden, I started feeling tingling in the back of my head and on both cheeks. And then I noticed tingling. It was almost like, you know how when you get goosebumps, but it was like goosebumps from the inside of your body going out, starting at the back of my head. Then it went down my torso. And then I immediately noticed it traveled down to like my kneecaps, which is kind of a strange sensation because normally you don't feel your kneecaps. So I had like this strange like energy over my kneecaps and the front of my shins. And then before I knew it, I had tingling under my feet. And I thought, wow, what a trippy feeling that is. And so I just kept on noticing that it was almost like I had like 3 very distinctive waves of that, where that first had an onset of that, and then it kind of diminished. And then I was surprised, oh my gosh, I'm getting the same tingling again, around my ears, the back of my head, my cheek, my torso, on the front part of my legs, not the back. I don't know what's going on there, but that's kind of what it was. And the bottom of my feet, just kind of like a buzzy, kind of like the same feeling, not the same. It's kind of like a similar feeling, I would say, of energy, like when you get the goosebumps, like the chills and stuff like that. But it was more of a radiating feeling from top to down and going from the inside out. It's the best way I could describe it. So I don't know if we get to have it again tomorrow. I sure hope we do. But I'm thankful that I even had the 10 ounces that I had today. And the number of people that I asked them, I'm like, hey, are you willing to go on camera? And I have all these videos that I'll be uploading to my YouTube. So if you go to Love and Money Secrets TV, you'll see under the shorts, or it could be on the regular videos for those that go over a minute long. You'll be able to see the testimonials of people who drank the water between yesterday and today. And so it's been pretty amazing, the different people who experienced this. So that's right now what has us, not just as a figure of speech, but it actually literally has us buzzing.
You could do Fight Club for the glasses of water and sell tickets. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So yeah, there's so many different things.
I got a very important question. This is a crucial question, okay? The most important question of the night, okay? When am I going to get mine?
We'll know more on Saturday.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
can't
wait.
So we're having our leadership conference on Saturday. We have about 2,000 people that are coming. So David Schmidt is going to be there in person, and we're going to get to ask him some questions. There's some sort of reveal, which I got to think is a water
That's
machine.
what I'm thinking.
So I don't know what else.
Let's walk out here because it's a lot quieter. They were doing karaoke. We're going to walk out here and see if we can get people to say hello.
Mhm.
Does anybody have any questions about the patches
Answer for them.
while we're kind of walking around? This 25,000 square foot home.
10 bedrooms.
All right, let me see if I can turn the camera. Can I turn the camera around while I'm on live?
Will it let you turn it around?
I don't know. That's okay. I can face the camera that way. Let's see. Can y'all see?
Yep.
Okay. We're on the second floor. That's where our suite is. So Lillian has a king suite. I'm sharing a room with another young lady, and it's kind of like hotel style. So it's kind of like a mansion hotel.
It's beautiful.
So it's a boutique hotel. Oh, here's Dr. Stacy for live.
Good to see you guys. Good evening. Good evening.
Are we excited about having David this Saturday? And
Yes.
oh my gosh.
Janine.
Janine from corporate office.
Our vice president right here. Vice president of LifeWave.
This is Hamilton Radio Show. The listeners, we've got the co-hosts because we're on the show every Thursday, and they're all asking, when are we going to get, like Jan said, I can't wait for my machine any longer. So is there anything you want to say?
Is there anything that you can say?
Fairly soon.
David's going to talk about it on Saturday.
Yeah.
I talked to him yesterday. He said he'll address it on Saturday.
Okay.
He will.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, so we're live on our radio show right now.
Live on our radio
Say hey, everybody.
Wear it, use it. Change your life. Be consistent, wear it every day. Don't do this every other day thing.
Yeah, every day. And what was your experience when you drank the X2O?
Oh, wow. Okay, so the alertness was number one. I could feel it like right in my brain, which I don't know. That's
Yeah, that makes
crazy
sense.
and
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But I could feel it in my brain, like my eyes were immediately more open, which sounds weird too, but just more energy, more alert, more clarity. Yeah.
Water. That was a half a glass.
I didn't have the full one.
Oh, you didn't even have the full. How about you? What was your experience?
I just all of a sudden felt really happy. I mean, I couldn't stop smiling.
Yes.
So that was my main experience.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, now let's go over to Jules. And
Real quick, because I know we have to.
So we have Anita is from England, and what was your, this is Hamilton Radio, a show that we're on every Thursday.
Okay.
We want to have
I woke up very, very stressed this morning because I had an issue with my cat in London, and Oh my goodness.
Well, I had to so they can hear you.
Okay. And so I was unusually stressed when it comes. Anyway, so, and my nervous system was on fire, is what I would say. Within a minute of drinking that water, I felt everything calm down and I felt joy emerge. So I went from being very stressed, very anxious, the very nervous system that was on fire, and then it balanced me out. Felt like everything calmed down, but also I became joyful. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And then I could feel tingles, and but that emotion.
Thank you. Thank you. That's Hamilton Radio. They're syndicated worldwide. So Australia, England, everybody gets to see the show. We'll send you a link so that you can check it out and listen to yourself. Thank you. Hey guys.
Hi. My name is David, and what do you want me to say?
Just share with them your experience about just the patches and
the water. In a minute or less.
Oh, basically, when I drank the water yesterday, I felt a electric feeling that went from my shoulder all the way up to my neck and up to into this area of my brain. And then I've been dealing with some shoulder pains the last few days, and it electrocuted it somehow because I could feel the pulsing. And then all of a sudden they went away, and I'm actually able to feel
Nice
on both sides. So you should go hit up Debbie too. Debbie has a really good one.
Oh, Dr. Debbie?
No, Debbie Tingler. Outgroup.
Okay. 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 All right. So that goes back upstairs to a totally different wing.
Robbie, do you have
I'm going to get some
I think they're cutting out. Ladies, you're cutting out.
Yeah, we're live on radio. Okay, guys. Going. So we got one more, I think. Who is it?
Debbie, which one? Hi. Am I live?
Yes.
Live on our radio.
This is our radio show.
We're looking.
Did you drink the water? Did you drink it?
Looking for this famous lady right here.
Did you drink the water? And
Well, I've been a diabetic type 1 diabetic for 47 years, and my sugar level was very high. And within an hour and a half of drinking the water, my sugar stabilized, normalized. It did it at a gradual pace. And then, so just 8 ounces of water, and we took that, and then it stabilized. It stayed at 101. From 192, a good descent, and then stayed there. And then we ate, and I didn't take any insulin, and it did come up a little bit. And Dr. Stacey, I said, all right, we're going to try this again. I said, I am not taking insulin. Let's drink the water and see what happens. My sugar level was going back up, and with drinking the water, it stabilized and did not go any higher. And now it's on a slow, it's on that gradual descent back down.
excellent. Thank you. I know they're live and they've got to get to their next show. So, okay, guys, that was it. Thank you for tuning in.
All right. Thank you. We
guys
appreciate
to be loved on text messages, calls, and emails.
Oh, we're there all weekend. Oh,
Here, Roy be the man. I'm going to tell you the water. I don't know what the water machine's called, but it's through LifeWave, and you can order it through me. It's around $5,000, and it's around $200 a month on the payment plan. So if you want, you can order it through me. You can order it through Doc G. You can order it through Fascinating Brian. Whoever you want to order it through is fine. And we'll thank the ladies for coming on. And we're not going to talk anymore about testimonials on the patches because we know they work, and they work fast for some people, and they work more gradually for others. But, you can't see any results if you don't start, okay? So if you want the patches, you can get a hold of Doc G, Fascinating Brian, or myself. Or if you're in Australia and you want the patches quicker, you can get a hold of Wyatt, okay? So that's that. Did Dr. Wiedemann show up, Doc G?
I do not see him yet, no.
All right. Well, we're at 8:48, and here's what we're going to do now. Now we're going to, since Dr. Wiedemann didn't show up, I am going to go ahead and give the intel, okay? And this is the stuff that you've been waiting for. Okay? Here we go. From the bank. Notifications on or before this Friday and appointments shortly thereafter. 28th is the big day. Today's the 24th. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Iraqi new dinar rate to be on Forex on or before this Sunday. On August 1st, the Doge payments will come out as direct deposits. Social Security increases will occur on your regular payments date. Redemption and revalue payments will be at our redemption centers when accounts are open for currency redemption. Now, there's more. The HCL, the hydrocarbon law, and the salaries agreement have been signed between the Iraqis and the Kurds. This allowed oil to start flowing from Erbil, the capital of Iraq, Kurdistan, last night. These signed agreements allow Iraq to publish the new Iraqi dinar rate in the Gazette today. We'll see. I haven't seen it yet. Day's not over. I guess it is over there. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. This is the new dinar rate listed on the Forex screens in major banks in the West this Wednesday. This will allow G20 Global Redemption Program Platform redemption buyer liquidity to move forward from today, the 23rd. Okay, now there's more. Very significant what happened today. Uh-oh. Hang on.
Well, we have a question. Is there a payment plan on patches as it not afford the price?
No, there is not a payment plan on the patches, but you need to send me an email, chancemusic@yahoo.com. We do have donation platform for people that can't afford the patches and need them. Okay, and I will send you over to Ann, and you will you will be chatting with her about that. Okay. All right. This is the rest of the intel. Today, July 24th, 2025, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, visits the Federal Reserve. Remember, the real Trump is in Cheyenne Mountain, okay? The visit by Trump to Federal Reserve on the 24th marks a rare event, as only 3 presidents, FDR in 38, Ford in 75, and George W. Bush in 2006 have made such trips, each tied to significant appointments or ceremonial openings, suggesting a potential major shift or oversight move. Big move today. Big move. Now, if you guys can't understand what I just said, I would suggest you play this back and write it out word for word and study what I said, because this thing is moving into hyperspeed. And you will not be going to your redemption appointment until you get the 800 numbers and you make your appointment. Okay? Roy B. Demand is not hydrogenated water. It is something completely different. We will give you contact information on that. I'll give you more information on the water machine on Sunday night show. I'll wait for Ann and Lillian to send me a dissertation that I can share with everybody. Okay. All right. Now, so you've got all the information. Today's the 24th. Everything's talking like the 28th. And we're talking, again, like the end of the month. And just remember, from not tonight, but from last Thursday, it was 27 days. And now it's down to 20 days under the Julian calendar. So what that puts us at is up the middle of August. So I am thinking there's going to be a lot of, and Trump was talking about August 1st, the 1st of August. So I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of movement. There's going to be a lot happening by the middle of August. Okay. No, it's not being pushed back, but here's what I want you all to please realize this. Okay. This is an event driven situation.
Conscious.
Yes. And it's all intentional. And source, God, whatever you want to call, is controlling this whole thing. Now, when all that you can relate to this situation is your own personal financial crisis. That's the only thing that you can relate to. Oh, I need this because of that, or I need this because of that, or I got to pay this bill. Well, when this happens, there's going to be debt forgiveness. So there is going to be no more bills. The only bill you're going to owe is if you borrowed $200 from your Uncle Freddie, then you're going to have to pay him back. But any financial transaction that you have committed in the past with any bank, finance company, credit card company, anybody, car loan, anything, that's all fraud. It's all fraud because it was done with fiat currency. Okay. And listen, go ahead and put your money in a wallet. Go ahead and put, I'm going to give you guys hell. I'm sorry. Okay. You guys play the crypto game, be prepared to lose it all. Okay. Because I guarantee you, I'm not smart enough to do it. Okay. I'm not smart enough to do it. If I'm not smart enough to do it, I guarantee you guys are going to trip and fall and you're going to have problems. What's that, Brian?
A Ledger Nano S wallet. Physical. Okay. So if you look, again, you just go online. It's a hard wallet. That's what it is. Hard wallet. Your currencies physically here. That is proof that you own it.
Okay. Now, Brian, you've just proven that if you don't hold it, you don't own it. You've just proven it. If Brian's doing it, then it's right. Okay? End of story. End of story. I don't believe in any crypto. I've got every kind of currency under the sun. I've got silver. I've got copper. I have no gold. I have, I'm as diversified as I can be. Something that I started a long time ago. And through the blessing of one of our family members, I was gifted a phenomenal amount of currency, which the first people that I'm going to help is people that are in the family after I have my appointment. But it will come anonymously. I'm not going to tell you who. I'm not going to say, can I help you or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. It's going to be all done anonymously. It's going to be done through my sources. And I will be helping family members because you guys have helped me and you're still helping me now. Somebody just sent $50 just a few minutes ago. So I'm here for you guys. Okay. This is not your usual YouTube show. Okay. It's just not. I mean, we're real people. We're working real situations, real life situations. We're trying to help you. Roy B. the man, I want to tell you, I don't even know any facts about this machine, but just the energy that I'm getting about talking about it, I got to have one. And if it's $5,000 and I got to pay $200 a month, then I will do it. Okay. I'll figure out a way somehow to do it. I can probably take it out of what I make off LifeWave. And by the way, if you get involved with LifeWave, I can sign you up, or Brian can sign you up, or Doc G can sign you up. Any of us can do it. Pick out your favorite monkey here on the stage. and you know, just call them up and say, hey, I want the patches, or I want the water machine. But listen, if I'm begging for it, I'm feeling something. I haven't even taken any. Don't even know that much about it, but just the energy that I'm getting off of it is very, very powerful. So that must be empathic energy.
It can. So basically, what Lillian was saying, it's like, because so for me, I can send goosebumps all over my whole entire body. That means you are broadcasting your frequency. So you're expanding your field, and therefore you will feel the effects. So you can think of this water device, again, it's a utility, it's a tool. So imagine this: you take the water for the first time, you feel that sensation of the rise in the frequency. So what you can do is you could play with that idea over and over and over until it goes on autopilot. So you're training your body to vibrate at any given moment. So you can like do bursts of signals. It's kind of like creating radio waves. So that device, I believe, can teach you how to increase your frequency, but it also will increase more dynamic scenarios and aspects in recovery time or healing modalities. So we don't know. Again, you can think of this as more, I would even go as far as to say it could probably even fall in the realm of mysticism, almost magical. I'm not saying that suddenly you're just going to like go point your finger and then form a water ball and then just go like, and then drop it in your mouth using like, you know, telekinetics. But I'm just saying it's a good way to attune to even the smallest areas of your body that you've never felt or never identified. And usually it kind of tells you that, okay, maybe there's needs to be real recalibration here. So like she said, you know, something about her knees and feeling awkward. I was like, well, maybe the water's saying, maybe we need to generate a little more cartilage for those knees. And she's on the go 24/7 and, you know, helping people. So I'm just throwing an idea out there. Why not? It could be. So there's a mysticism like principle behind it. And real quick, Chance, I'm going to say this. Another scam that everyone's being scammed on emotionally from the astral field. Okay. You're being scammed 24/7 now. You're being given the idea that like, woe's me, the pity party. Oh gosh, why, you know, things taking too long. So all these wonderful entities that may look like cross between a Borg and a demon on your next door neighbor field, they got their giant loose jugs. They're ready for you. And I told Chance, they got their own print machine with their face and you smiling. They slap it on that jar. We got a limited edition of Paul here. And we captured all his tears. They're delicious. We can give you a discount. And they're selling all our loosh in these other realms. So you are being scammed. So please know your heart space. Know your identity, your wholesomeness, and go, no, that's not me. I didn't think of that idea. You go away or I'm going to bear trap you. And then that's that. Okay, Chance.
Okay, ladies, before I have you guys talk about your final thoughts for tonight, I want to address the fact that that Ben Rich said I'm a crazy old man and I don't know nothing. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. There's a lady from the UK, and she listens, and she has some incredible technical skills on the computer. And a while back, I told this to Doc G, and he didn't believe it because we got no way of gauging it. But she did some kind of marketing research or some kind of computer analysis to find out how many people are listening to our show. It's Chance's chat, okay, but it's our show, okay. It's everybody's show. That's part of it. It's not just me. But I'm going to tell you something. She came up with something that was so impressive that I about fell over. She says, you got over 400,000 people that listen to you every Thursday night.
Wow.
Now, if I was getting 400,000 people every night, Doc G and I'd be sharing a pretty darn good paycheck from the cable guys. Okay. So, Ben, you're not coming back. Goodbye. You can watch, but you can't participate. Don't let the door hit you in the rear. And if 400,000 people are wrong, then they're wrong. But I am what I am, and I love you anyway, Ben. Okay, I wish the best for you. And you can call me crazy all you want. But guess what? 400,000 people a week love me and this family. So you could take that, poke it in your pipe, and smoke it. Okay? Okay, guys. Listen, we've had a great show tonight. It's been very powerful. Ladies, I'm glad you joined me because I want your final thoughts for this evening. And you can have up to 3 minutes. Go.
Well, we just want to tell everybody thank you. We love you. And it's all about love. William?
Yes, it is all about love, and the whole, Hamilton radio team, Chance, Wyatt, Doc G. We also have Fascinating Brian and our wonderful moderator who tirelessly 24/7, Bernadette, the Hey You guys. She's always on there helping everybody. So you guys, she just got started on the patches herself. So anyone who wants to specifically call out Bernadette to get started with her, because she tirelessly helps us all the time. So I want to say, don't pop a pill, patch it. Don't pop a pill, patch it, because you can pulverize that pain like that. But you do have to have the patches in your physical presence, and then you have to wear them. And remember to drink 50% your weight in fluid ounces of water from the time you wake up until you go to sleep. Don't pop a pill, patch it.
There you go. And then somebody asked earlier about diabetes, and we have the water testimony about the diabetes, but the patches also can assist in multiple things. We can't make a medical claim, but we have testimonies of people who claim that it has helped them.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you, ladies. We appreciate it. Doc G, what is your final thoughts for this evening?
My final thoughts are, again, we try to understand what everybody's talking about on here, right? We look at some of these comments and stuff like that, and some of them are funny, and they're really interesting. And it's really cool to see different people see things different ways. And the way I see it is, if you're helping somebody, helping heal them and making them feel good, then you're on God's path. If you're creating chaos and trying to go against the grain, then I don't see that. I don't think you belong here with us, but you're still welcome here. We love you, but we just want to make sure that you understand we're on God's path. And you're welcome to join us at any time. It's just that we don't know when that will be. But that's my thoughts.
Fascinating Brian, what are your final thoughts for tonight?
So my final thoughts, as always, take greater self-care in gaining knowledge. Do not get too comfortable. Please do not be reliant on the patches. They are a tool to recovery, re-identify, relearn your body. What I should have said to Ann and Lil and Ann is say, hey, can you go show us your boss all jacked and saying, see, this is what happens when you take care of your body and you can still utilize your tools. So you can, if his description is true, which I believe, he understood that he's using them to elevate his identity to a greater format, to where then he doesn't have to be so reliant on it, on all the patches. Again, you use them until you only need the minimum, which I believe the minimum would be the X39, the X49, just for maintenance fees for the vessel. But those other ones are just the utilities to get you to where you can start doing things for the hardware. And so it is.
Thank you, Brian. We appreciate that. Real quick question from Ronald Bramson. Adepts with a debt law firm negotiating with creditors also forgiven? Yes. Debt forgiveness, debt jubilee, all debts are forgiven except for if you owe Uncle Pete $200, you still got to pay him. Okay, but anything with any company, organization that has to do with fiat currency is fraudulent and has no value, and you have been lied and cheated out of your labor. Okay, now, my final thoughts. Oh, let's read what Judith says first. Yes, if crypto goes belly up, either a hard physical wallet or a digital soft wallet will help you. I don't think the ISO 2022 ones will go bad, but other coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, meme coins are very risky. Yeah, well, Bitcoin's going to be gone. I don't know about the rest of that crap. I don't.
Can I say something real quick about the hard devices?
Yeah.
Again, do not be complacent. Get an EMF pouch, right, for your phone. Why not? You just don't know, because these cell towers, we don't know how the cell towers work or if they could fry our electronics. We just don't know. There's a lot of uncertainties of what these negative entities wish to give unto us. So get yourself those. You can go on Amazon, get an EMF pouch. I have it for my little smart devices, and that's where they stay. So just be all about preparedness. And then that's all.
I get it. Okay. Thank you, Brian. But what I want to talk to you about tonight is, listen, we're not up here for our health. Okay. We're not talking to you about, we're up here for your health. We're up here for your safety, for your security, for your well-being in this transitional period of government and geopolitical nonsense and antics and shenanigans that are going on every day. And believe me, they go on every day. So I'm a crazy old fool that doesn't know anything. Okay. Well, 400,000 people a week. Thank you very much from the lady in the UK who did that for us. I'd sure like to see those numbers on our screen, but she was pretty adamant about it. And I thank you very much for that. But, if you don't want to watch, turn channel. Okay. It's that easy. Just click that little X up in the corner and I'm gone. All right. So what I want to all is thank you all very much for the trials and trip, all the time that you've been doing everything to help me. Faraday Shield's good too. Yep. Thank you all for all the emotional stress I've been under for the last couple of weeks. Thank you all for your kind donations, helping me with the loss of my beloved Megan. And I go to bed every night and I just pretend that she's there with me. And when it's time for me to go over the Rainbow Bridge, I know who's going to be waiting for me. There's about 14 of them waiting for me.
But they are with you. You don't have to pretend.
I know. I know she is. I actually can feel her presence sometimes when I walk in the bedroom. I can actually feel her presence. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for buying the patches for your own self, okay, for your own wellness. Thank you so much for supporting Doc W on his show. Thank you for buying longevity products. I got a nice little paycheck from longevity the other day. So that's because you guys are buying products, okay? And I'm not getting rich, but every little bit helps. If you can make $50 here, $50 there, it all adds up, guys. And, if you've got people who need the patches, let me sign you up. Send me an email. Send Fascinating Brian an email. Send Doc G an email. Get us going here. I can turn you right over to Ann. She'll get you rocking and rolling, because look at these ladies. Look at them. Don't they look terrific? Do you know that they're both 140 years old?
Now, even I don't believe in that.
Oh, wasn't that sad that I said that? No, they look great for 140. Marvelous, darling, just marvelous. No, I love you guys. Thank you for coming on the show, and we appreciate you more than we can tell you. And the one thing about tuning into this show, you're never going to guess what's coming out of my mouth next. So stay
Normal.
tuned as I continue to make an ass out of myself. Okay. Thank you all, Doc G. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. God bless you all. I love you all. And remember, all you need is love. Love is all you need. God bless and good night.
Good night, everybody.